Good afternoon, welcome back to Dumfries High School for the 2017 International Mixed Doubles. This is the final round of group games, draw 10, and we are going to start this session anyway by watching a game between Wales and Switzerland. With me this afternoon, John Graham joins me again.
Hello David.
You managed to get outside into the nice weather?
Yes, went and gave the car a quick wash and that, so beautiful sunny day out there, and it's really nice, but I think that's maybe helping us inside the building as well, so the temperature's up, and that's perhaps helping just to have this very quick ice that we've got down there.
It's certainly a very pleasant day outside. Just had a wee wander out myself, quite nice.
It really is, and as I said, I've spoken to Paul and just kicked a stone up the ice and that, and I was really amazed by just how far it went with such a gentle tap. So I think that the players out here are, if they're getting drawn into the house and that, they're really doing well. But I wouldn't be surprised to see quite a few stones actually slipping by initially. And just as I say that, there's one that's maybe just went a wee bit further than what they were looking for.
I did see kicking a stone kind of back towards the hack. I did wonder.
It was.
I wondered if Paul was trying to show you something there, or.
Well, I kicked it out, and when he was talking about it, and just to actually see, and it was just the fact that the stone just glided along the ice and that, and so sweepers and that should be able to take them quite well, but. Again, it's the trying to just come out the hack with the right amount of weight on it, so that you don't oversweep them. So, but that's good for mixed doubles, where a lot of precision play, especially in the first few shots. So here we've got the Welsh team having one shot at the head, and. Swiss have put a front 8 guard, or a front 8 shot there, so got a couple of guards there as well, which is not usual at this stage of the game for us.
No, I think that was split on the first guard there. Apologies for joining this game at an end late, just a slightly chaotic afternoon, but well, I would say chaotic, I think we're actually it's relatively under control, everything, I would say.
I think it was. Now there's perhaps not what they were looking for, because that was yellow and blue and yellow, so perhaps not the result that they were looking for there.
No, we'll not put that one up as a replay. It's a wee bit unfortunate the way that one worked out.
If it had been intended, can I say to you, been really pleased with yourself and saying, that was a great shot, like.
Yeah, couldn't have hit that one. Really couldn't have hit that one any worse. Just overswung. I did notice in the previous game the teams seemed to struggle a little bit. We saw the Swiss team in particular end up literally 2 or 3 feet wide of where they wanted to be, and then the next shot seemed to overswing a little touch, so individual handles, of course, coming into play.
Handles and the weight when it's so keen, you know. So if you're just a wee bit too heavy, it'll just keep straight. So that's probably quite a good shot in there for the Swiss, blocking a hole through to the centre, or a road through to the centre.
It makes it awkward, certainly. I think the Welsh have to make a play down through that hole, don't they? Even if they're moving things about, it's really their only chance of getting a 2 is getting that one off the button, but it's come the other way, and we tried to play the same promotion again.
Well, as we saw there, was that the Welsh that was just removed that guard, was it?
It was, yeah,
right,
it was indeed. think they were maybe trying to play that guard up, but not quite making it. I'm assuming that Blue are lying 1 at the moment.
I think that you're right. I think that back yellow at the 7 o'clock there, as we look at it, will be second shot.
I've just realised we're on sheet C, John, so if you bear with me for a second. I think you can get a pretty good idea of it. Sharpen that picture up a touch. Yellow second shot.
Right. Just shows you.
It does, yeah.
It really does.
Yeah, no, I would have concurred with what you're saying. It's the only sheet we've got an absolute direct overhead, I think of, but that's worked well.
So, who's to play it again? Just remind me. Who's playing this shot?
Blue stones, the Swiss stone to come
I
down
wonder
here.
if are they drawing onto the button, are they?
I think that's what they've tried, and that's what we saw in the last game, just a wide line that just hangs a little touch. And we're just trying to guard the draw, actually. I presume they were trying to come right in. But
Opportunity here for Wales to come onto the button.
yep. Last stone.
So Adrian would imagine just tapped nice there where he was suggesting that the aim point was. I think they'll have to probably be quite close to that yellow guard, and
I think they will, John, but I don't think there's many other options, is there?
not really, no. I mean, you could try and drive that yellow guard there, but if it went wrong, you'd maybe end up giving them 2 anyway. Well drawn.
It's a great shot. Really nice shot.
It's a great booster for your self-confidence when in your the beginning of the game you go and draw a shot like that. It just gives you that extra, right, we've got this sussed, and
Exactly.
we can actually play this ice.
And unlike a normal game, as we were talking about this morning, she gets to play another zone straight away as well.
I keep
straight back into it.
It's these things that you forget, if you know what I mean. So.
And at 3-1 down, to be fair as well, the next stone's as crucial as the last one as well. You can get a good one here, top of the 4 foot, just biting the white circle maybe, and all of a sudden you're set fair for the next end. So, and how it changes.
So Wield of Switzerland having the hammer this end.
So I've just been speaking to one of the umpires to try and get a gist of what's going on. We'll try and explain that as it goes through. Essentially the sections are quite close, and it all depends on who's beat who and who finishes above who, so it's what is a very fairly straightforward system of wins, then head to head, then draw shot challenge. So but it does mean you have to go searching back to find who's beat who and when and how, and yeah, it's, we'll keep on top of that though.
I must admit, I was very impressed by Jim Hogg's knowledge there. He's obviously got it all sussed out, and he knows who's winning where and who's won what and that. And
Give us a fairly comprehensive overview, I would say, then followed it with.
He did,
that was just after a brief look.
But can I say to you out there, don't ask us to pass it on to you.
Yeah, exactly. Glad I wasn't the only one thinking that, John.
So
I think the update, I mean, as far as the game we're watching concerned, the Swiss team are the only team that can go through, and they are currently waiting on the result of the Mowat-Leo game. They need Mowat to win that game, which will put them level, and if the Google Rink actually win this game, that will put them level with Lille, but they beat them. They've already beaten them, so they will go ahead of them on head to head. I think that's the shortened basics of it. So,
and the real position is on curlingzone.com.
Yep, exactly. We're just providing our view of it, so we'll see how it goes. You see the Mount Aitken rink on sheet B are already 2-0 up. So yeah, looking quite good for the Swiss rink at the moment.
Does that?
A long way to go in mixed doubles though.
Just a leisurely wee stroll down the ice to the hack.
Further discussions of brush or no brush during the last game, John.
Alright, okay. And?
I just play the kind of chameleon role in this. I just change to whoever's sitting beside me, I think. But I can't remember what your view on it was, actually. The last game we kind of thought, in overall preference, would probably prefer to have the brush. It's well played.
So, big shot here for the Swiss.
Yeah, could do again. Some
shot.
Stones shifting about the place.
I thought they might have come in another hand, but
I thought they might have hit the middle ones, actually. But
no, they've changed.
They've done one of the two.
That's
I'm not
right.
quite sure which one they've changed to, but they've taken one of our advices.
Really what they should be doing is trying to get the double and taking that other one along with it and lie. Even if they lose one, can't afford to or don't want to lose two. Coming out with some weight. Is it catching it too thick?
That gives them an option, I think, for the next shot. That's something we could, something they could make a move on, I think.
So guard or pop it by.
It's a tricky one, isn't it? It's gone in there far enough to make it really awkward.
If you have check on the right hand side of the blue one, so the blue one's coming straight out, that would prevent them from hitting the on the right hand side, go further up.
That's where I would put it. And if you're ever short up there, is that where you were?
No, just to the right hand side. Come this way a wee bit, right. No, right. right.
Oh, in there.
Just there.
Okay.
You know, they've then got to draw the button. Because if it's...
Yeah, that's why I wonder if you get there.
But it would just drive his own straight into there.
Yeah, it would depend on how well. You see where I think he looks like he's going your direction, John. He's short though. That's okay. Like you say, he's making him draw the button.
Oh, well, no, try and hit that.
Maybe, but I don't think he can see enough of it to hit it with any pace to keep his shooter hanging about. It's there, but nah, he'll draw the 4 foot, I think, or try to. Yeah, they haven't even gone down to look at the angles, so I expect her rather to draw the 4 foot.
I'd get the impression she's looking for a draw. I think she is, isn't she?
Yep, I think so.
Oh, is that short?
I think it is, and I think it's short of the two of them.
Oh.
We're at the wrong end, I'm afraid, John.
Oh, sorry.
No camera up there. It's close. I was going to say, where's the umpire? But he was stood behind us a minute ago, so this could be a problem. There we go. Well, that gives me a minute to get the camera up there, doesn't it? I think we might struggle to zoom in too far here, but we'll have a go.
I thought the second one was closer, but when you see there's a shadow there, so we're getting a shadow, so that makes it maybe appear to be closer to the
It looks blue
the
from
button
here,
and
actually,
that.
doesn't it?
So
It's not that much help, is it?
no, not really. No, I think we'll go back to where we were.
I'd say so. It looks like John Brown, is it? I think, our chief umpire for the weekend.
Unfortunately, we've got a camera down at the far end of the ice rink, so the result is that we don't have one that's overhead from inside the rink. All our cameras were positioned at the back so that we can actually see the shots coming in, so you can see the guards, and there was a lot of discussion. Some people wanted them overhead, right over the button, but then you don't see the guards. So we also use this as a training aid, so seeing where people actually come around guards and things like that, we can use it for training.
It's blue. One yellow, I think.
Yes.
It was a draw. It was a measure for a 2, wasn't it?
Aye.
Didn't get, so
However, we're always open for some sponsorship, and if anybody wants to sponsor some new cameras and that, please get in touch with the Ice Bowl here and ask to speak to someone in Carlin. So, right. just a wee hiccup there in that the blue shot was in the wrong position.
So easy to do.
Am I right in saying, though, that it's up to that they can actually move them around? So if you want to actually change it so that you've not got the last shot, you can do that.
Absolutely, you can. Yep, absolutely, you can. Surprises me sometimes that it doesn't happen more. Just to mess with the other team's head.
Aye, they're prepared to do something. So
we did have a look at in the last game. We had a look at the stats of how many shots are scored with hammer though.
Right.
And there's a lot.
All right. Okay.
It's a higher percentage than you would think.
Right. So.
So it seems to work, but I agree. I remember when we played this a few years ago, we did give the hammer away a couple of times. Which now seems not the done thing to do, but I can see where you're coming from. It's let your opposition do that and then you draw on top of it.
Aye. Well, I suppose if you saw that your opposition kept repeatedly drawing onto the shot, you'd maybe say, well, you play first.
Yeah.
And then see if they did the same thing, and they might be silly enough to do it, and then gives you, without thinking that they're giving you then the next.
I like the idea, but then that's you getting the hammer rather than giving it away, which might be the problem to that. But
so I'll just run that yellow straight into the house.
And of course, you can't hit with this stone. This is the third stone of the end, so you can hit with the next one.
Well, that's kibosh that.
Yep, that's why we're fun.
I was up at Aberdeen and the other weekend there and watching one particular game, and I think that there was about 4 or 5 stones all in the centre line, and there was one in the house, and they just kept putting the stones on the centre line. So
was that last weekend, was it?
It was. I can't remember which game it was, but in actual fact it might have been the Grant Hardy David Murdoch game.
It was a good win for Grant last weekend.
It was. He lost that
field.
particular game against David Murdoch, but I'm sure it was that one of the ends and that. And as I say, I can't remember what the play is now, but I just remember thinking it was quite strange that they'd managed. I think it was actually Grant's team kept putting the stones on the centre just to stop the opposition driving them, so.
It's a very good win. It was a strong field up there. The good Canadian rinks playing as well. So Mike McEwen, I think, be the strongest of them.
We were only there one day, and although I'd thought about going back, circumstances never allowed it, so. But it was good just to
visit. I take it.
It was, but it was good to just go there, even just for that afternoon and that. Rather lonely looking stone sitting in there on the 4 foot, isn't it?
It is. It's got a mate coming to join it, hopefully, from their point of view. I don't think it's going to, though. Both teams just struggling for weight. Welsh a good opportunity now to get one onto the 4 foot and claw their way right back into the game.
So will Ireland just draw onto it, or will they draw the front of the there? Will they try and... There's only a few stones left at this moment in time.
I'm not sure what Ireland are going to do, John. I think they're on another sheet, but Wales, I think, will be on the 4 foot somewhere.
My apologies.
So I better correct that one after the football last night. So
my apologies to all those Welsh supporters that are watching this game.
Just come a bit deep again. It's, I think it's a mentality thing in mixed doubles. You always want to make sure you're there, but such fine margins between a great stone and something that's going to put you in bother. I believe Ireland played Wales at football last night.
All right, okay.
0-0 draw. Somebody was carried over the broken leg, and I think it was a bit tetchy.
Right, okay.
Thankfully, we don't have to deal with the Scotland game today, so that's good. That's tomorrow's entertainment. So Blue's still got 2 stones here. I think they've overswept this. On first look.
Is it going to catch it?
Yeah, they overswept that. They need to either sit down or draw a little bit more, one of the two. And I would expect Adrian Meikle just to belt that. Yeah, hand signal. Of course, it's not Adrian to play, is it? But I would still expect them to hit that. Doesn't really matter after that where they go. I think you're looking to force the one out, so everything's going to be back tee.
It's all weight dependent. She's got to just play it so that it'll take the allow for a draw. She's not wanting to just play it too heavy.
No, and I don't think you can afford to draw in there and gamble and losing a 3.
No. Not only that, if she gets in there, she'll lie, and then they're line 4, so pressure on the Swiss then.
Yeah, any mistake or problem with the stone coming down, and don't think he likes it.
Does that mean that is wide? Maybe what we're talking about?
Yeah, I think she is wide. She's sweeping to try and get the line to cut. Might get plan B. Might get plan B though. Didn't get plan B. And there is a back ring weight draw for a 3 there.
Aye, but it's not the easiest of draws.
No.
Not the easiest of draws.
But at this level, in terms of getting a 3.
Aye.
It's like playing about with that. It's back to our drone conversation.
Is it? Right. Apparently I was thwarted in that we're not allowed to fly the drone in here and get better pictures.
Are we not?
Apparently not.
Why?
Don't know. Can we not just tie it by a bit of string to the roof?
We could always just sit it on a pile or something. It's just got a good camera, so
well, there you are.
Could do something with it.
There you are. Bring it in tomorrow.
Get it running.
Aye.
Just imagine people. It sounds like a swarm of bees coming at them.
Put a pole up in the middle of the ice rink. Put it
so he can hold on to it, or
no, just put it on top of it so that it's sitting there and you can just swirl your camera around a bit.
Well, that's yeah. Thing is, we've got a camcorder sitting there that we could do that with.
Right.
And this looks wide, heavy, not very pleasant. 1 yellow. Ties the game up after 4. Back to where we started.
There's aye.
4 end game.
Just like what we're talking about as well. The ice is that keen that if you're just that wee bit too heavy, you're just going to keep going on. It's not going to take the draw. So it's really a test of skills here today.
And some more good news for the Swiss rink. Bruce Mount and Jeannie Aitken now winning their game 6-0 after 3 ends. Quite frankly, we're not even going to go into Section D, because I think there's 4, if not 5 teams can still qualify, so we just not even go in there. We'll concentrate on this section.
One thing at a time.
Exactly. All will become clear by the time we get to the qualifiers later on.
That's at 8:30 tonight. When someone will be telling us about all 4 games at the same time.
That's always the stressful session, isn't it? Trying to flick backwards and forwards between games, and
then people that's watching it are getting fed up because you're not watching the same game and they want to see the next shot, and they're saying, why do you not just go back to it, and I mean,
well, I'm not doing the quarterfinals, so I'll give that one a pass now. You just put me off it. People complaining. Yeah, I think we normally it's become kind of we focus on one game,
right? Okay.
And then as that game finishes, we start flicking around. I think that's how we normally do it. And then we're going to try and cover the hot shots thing tonight as well. I think.
Right. So we're going to be flicking between.
No, you're going to have a choice of channels tonight.
You're going to have to show me which button to press then.
It's okay, I'll be here.
Oh, excellent.
I'll be up here.
Can I say to that, everything's solved, problems are solved.
I think what we're going to...
Claire coming back, is she?
Claire's coming back, and Penny's in as well.
Oh, there's plenty of people.
So there's plenty of people.
I'll go home.
And what we also might do is, for the hot shots, if we've got somebody with a mobile phone, I think we're going to try and put that live on Facebook.
Oh, you mentioned that before, man.
So I thought you were just playing along to get me to repeat the spiel.
No.
It's just a long day.
Uh-huh.
No. Taps that back.
Don't. So anyway, here we are.
Good news, John. We've been paid a bribe.
Have we?
Yes, for advertising.
Where are we going on holiday?
We're not going on holiday. We're gonna advertise the fact that the quarterfinals tonight and the hot shots are going to be fantastic tonight in the Ice Bowl. So if you're in the Ice Bowl, you need to get yourself down here. There is a live magician who, if you turn around and behind you, you will notice there is literally a pair of shoes on the stage. Quite literally.
It's pure knocked, is it?
That's exactly the joke Graham made. So yeah, a good social night. So if you are, joking aside, if you are about, get yourself into the Ice Bowl, because it should be quite a good fun. There is a bar, and here's where paid advertising part. The bar's obviously run by the junior club. So all proceeds go to the junior club. So you're supporting a good cause as well. So yeah, bar's open. Get yourself down, and to give that announcement, we're getting paid a cup of coffee, I think.
And there'll be free water for anybody that wants it.
There you go.
Out of the taps.
Excellent. There's some chocolates out as well. They are free.
No touching them. Can I say to you, I am trying to avoid things like that.
There's a banana. Yeah.
I'll think about it.
It's almost worse, isn't it? So Swiss in quite a strong position here. Last stone as well. Centre guards vermoosed. It's a really nice set-up end for the Swiss at the moment. I think the Welsh have recognised that and starting to try and bail out of the end, but it's not going to be easy, and depends how that shot is lying. It's difficult to say which is second shot, but favour the yellow.
Well, the thing is that you can hit, if the two shots are hitting lying within, locked to each other, you could theoretically try to hit it on one of the sides, in which case it'll go out at an angle. We've just been bribed by a cup of coffee.
Yep.
So, but what we're saying was that if the two stones are locked there, you can hit it on one side, and it will then, instead of just going straight, it could theoretically go towards that centre stone. And
momentum.
I'm not just sure what if the
Depends which side you hit it on.
That's right.
And which side you're coming from as well. I think if you come from a centre line out to it, hit it on the right hand side, that yellow is going to miss the centre stone by quite a distance. I think to drag it onto the middle, you're almost having to come where the guard is.
Right, I'm with you, aye. And catch it on that side.
We need our development officer in just to explain that one fully, because he always tells us about it on Super League games. Never actually seen it work, but he's always telling us about it. It's always because we've played it badly.
I have played it once and it worked, but it was sheer luck because I couldn't remember which side that was supposed to hit it on.
And were you aiming for that side, or did you go the other side?
I think the stone drew that much, it hit the other side. And the stone went off at an angle, just like I'd hoped. So it is.
Halfway down the ice, you're holding your hand up to apologise to your team, and then
No, I'm saving myself. I said that planned. So everybody's looking at you and saying that stone's going to go straight past it, and you're saying, no, if I hit it on the right side, it'll go at an angle. Is it kinetic forces or?
I suppose it is kinetic movement. That seemed to stop very quickly.
So if anybody wants to try it at home, just get 2 marbles and you just plink one, and you'll see, put them both together and just plink it, and you'll find that they go across at an angle as opposed to straight.
Yep, that's exactly it. Or what was the other one somebody said to me to do it on counters, like.
Alright. Of course, you can't come to the ice bowl and try it with 2 stones, like, you know. So.
Yes, you can. You just set them up in the head, set them up at an angle, and start. Yeah, that's maybe the most obvious demonstration. I think we're both in need of a bit of fresh air.
We won't talk about negative ice, will we?
You can talk about negative ice.
We haven't got any.
There you go. Conversation finished. This looks quite nice. Picks it off. Gives the Welsh a chance to just put the same shot in, though.
I think in recent years I've seen a market change in curling, in that whereas many years ago it seemed that it was just a certain number of athletes, curling athletes, used to drive shots up. But now you see lots of people in that, even in club games, thinking about driving shots up in that. You know.
I think you're right. Yeah, and it helps mixed doubles. That's the one shot you see again and again and again. You almost have to have that one in your back pocket, really.
It's like angled raises, you know. I mean, at one time, you just said to, when I look back and think to myself, I can't remember anybody looking at angled raises, you know.
Start talking about an angled raise and your team start tutting at you.
It was only young curler or people that had been through young curling programs or things like that had done these kind of things. Don't look at me because I honestly don't know what's happened there.
It was set out, I presume, and just never. It'd be interesting to see if they want to hit the. If there's any doubt, they surely have to just hit this off nose, do they not?
But it was that last stone there. You know, I mean, either it's picked up and went to the left there.
Yeah, it's just not just hit a wee straight part or.
Well, we haven't actually drawn many shots down this left-hand side, have we?
No. Sheep beat Bruce Mount and Gene Aitken now 7 up. So I'll be keeping our Swiss viewers happy, I think, John.
Good. So, will they just be looking to draw here and get a 2? Because I think that front yellow will be booting.
Well, I think it's amazing. They kind of looked at it. I think, they probably will draw for a 2. And the 2 options are either draw for a 2 or you hit that yellow combination with a half stone. But your problem is getting the shooter further in than the one you hit. So
I wonder if they'll just draw around the right hand side there, or if they'll come the left.
Yeah, I think they might go the right. Draw for the 2 and then take the major for the 3. Because I think it is a major. I think they had 3 or 4 looks at that. So.
Right, okay. It looks totally different down in the ice than what it is here.
It does.
That's travelling at a wee bit speed there.
It is. I think it's okay though. Yeah, it's fine.
Aye.
The stones seem to stop. I don't know if it's just the camera shortening the field, but they seem to stop really quickly.
It could be an optical illusion.
They're going to do my pet hate again, John.
What? Spend about 10 minutes looking at the shot and then get the
stones don't move. If it was a measure a minute ago, it's still a measure now. I think the other thing is of ice. Forget about looking, call what you think it is. Oh. Take it, that was yellow then. Must just be the 2.
If I'd looked at it that many times, I think I would have got the umpire.
I would say so. Particularly at an ice rink where you don't know how good the circles are. And that's not a criticism of here, but just coming to a different
having helped
rink.
paint them, I do know how accurate they end up cutting.
Bad news, John. We're printer needs ink. That's not what we needed at that time. It's a random pop-up. Hope that didn't appear on screens. Yeah, they were worried about the blade nicking the...
That's right, when they take the ice off at the end of the season, and then if you'd spent quite a few £100 on them.
I think that's the downside to the type of pad that we've got. The ice needs to come out, it doesn't drain.
That's right.
Whereas if you had a pad that drained, you could just turn the coolers off, let it melt, let it drain away, and then fish them out.
Aye. So
would be an argument for a concrete base.
Concrete base would be good. Provide us with options and probably cut down on energy costs. If you come in here in the summer, if you want a sauna, just come in here.
It's perfect for a sauna, isn't it? Because that one's hanging wide as well.
We can take a few thousand people, a few thousand sunbeds at the same time.
I can think of nothing grimmer than a few thousand people thinking this place is a sauna.
Bring your tomatoes in and grow them.
How do we get to growing tomatoes in an ice rink over the summer?
Well, it's that warm and humid in there. Put the heaters on. You need the heaters on to try to get the permafrost to melt, so that it's not continuously hard.
Ah, okay.
That's what I've been told anyway. Who am I?
Most of the other games on the ice at the minute pretty tight. Just that one really that's starting to run away from.
Well, we've got after 4 ends, Nordberg's 5 up. After 4 ends in sheet B, Aitken's 7 up. Watson and Wild, as we're watching at the moment, are 3 all.
Yep,
no, sorry, 5-3.
5-3, their scores are an end behind.
And 4 ends, Lille and Moskaliva are Peels with 2 each. Sikeris is 2 up against Fowler, and Hakova is 3 down against Turtu. But that's all, those scores will still to be updated, so that's where we were probably maybe an end or 2 ends ago.
think the bottom 3 games there are in the other section, which from memory will put the Hungarians through if that stays like that, and I think would also put the winners of sheet D through. So we'll keep an eye on that and then blissfully ignore it if it gets complicated. So back to our game.
The Welsh are coming out fighting. They've taken their jackets off. No big, really big scores so far. It's been quite a tight game, and the Welsh, not the Irish, have got the hammer this time.
Well remembered.
Needs to die.
A foot and a half the difference between total control of an end and none whatsoever.
Sorry, what do you mean there, David?
If that stone stops a foot and a half shorter, the Welsh are in total control of this end.
I see what you mean, and I.
Foot and a half shorter, curls are slightly less, hides the inside edge of the outside yellow, I think, and just blocks the 4 foot up. Whereas because it's come back tee, I suspect we will see a freeze.
I think you don't think that the Swiss will try to double in off the right hand side into that split and take the whole 3 of them?
I don't expect them to, but it's what I would be doing. But we've called so many hits this weekend they've turned into 4 foot freezes. But yeah, that's I wouldn't even be bothered about getting rid of 3 of them if I could. And they have gone. No, they haven't. No, they've gone for a down weight. You had to hit the ice, but that's not a bad result. That's okay.
That's right.
And it's a lot safer now.
Do you think that yellow that's at the 7 o'clock there will be beating the blue that's at the 11:30?
No, I think the blue lies 4th shot. We can have a look at that though. What did I say? The blue is beating the yellow?
Yes.
That's fine. I'll put the camera on there. I think I'm still confident in that.
It's tight, isn't it, David?
It's a lot tighter than I thought it was, to be fair.
But I think you could be right, because we're actually slightly back off the centre when we're looking at it. So
it is, but the more I look at that blue, the handle. If you look at the handle part of it, looks fairly close to the green circle. Now look at the yellow. I'm edging back yellow again.
Okay. Well,
that answers that.
Immaterial, isn't it?
Yellow now. Yep, agree with that call. Stick a guard on.
Has to be a good guard, mind.
Yeah, do you
Otherwise,
think
a drive back in that yellow there.
the blue goes through the hole, doesn't it? If you're very good.
Possibility then for 3 for yellow. Have to get it right.
communication again, absolutely key. Make sure both players know what's actually being called and what they're being asked to play, given there's nobody up the other end holding a brush.
I'm a bit surprised at that remark, David. I thought that in all curling games the skip always communicated with all the players and made sure that all the players knew exactly what they were going to be playing before they played it.
Yeah, it's just not all curlers speak grunt, do they? So that's not guarded much. So
be able to drive through there.
How about playing a down weight, hack weight, maybe barrier. Yellow on the nose, just about straight back. And if you're very, very good, your yellow that you hit is heading very much towards the blue on the left hand side, and you could take 5.
No, he's not going to take 5, even if he hits it.
I think the blue goes clean through the hole.
No, I don't think it does. No,
Off the outside one.
Blue. But that's just 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I was thinking it was going through the hole though.
You're greedy.
Because the one he hits can come across here to the blue. I'm very greedy. Got to be greedy in mixed doubles.
Just going to
I think
deadline.
I think he'd be delighted if he gets a 1 out of this, quite frankly. But I think it's there for. I think it's there for a 4.
Aye. If it was me playing it, I got it. I'd be ecstatic.
You kind of need something to happen because they've kind of always been chasing this game.
Aye.
You could do with just a 3 just to get their noses in front. Tell you what, it's not far away.
Just look, it needs to draw. Just swept it too much, did they?
No, not enough. Not enough. They came off the centre line. So
sorry. Right.
Maybe just not quite enough weight.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, blue.
Because really that shot never really went that far, did it? Just went to the back of the 8 foot there.
Yeah, exactly. A wee bit of an opportunity miss there if you can afford to be heavy with that one.
Aye. Well, you were 1 down anyway.
I think by the body language they know that.
Aye.
They know that.
That was nice that the opposition was. Obviously, they know each other well, I would say, and saying, I take it the part was meaning tough luck, you know. So.
Yeah, and I think that's the nice thing about mixed doubles at the moment, isn't it? It's kind of this little tour, it's this little group, but it's an open group as well. That's
you can join it.
Yeah, you can see the progression from an ice rink to this kind of competition, whereas I'm not sure you can see that anymore sometimes and that's not trying to be a controversial statement. That's just I don't think people do see the pathways. They are there. They do exist.
I think you're possibly right, because I know that for competitions and that we have difficulty in sometimes getting rinks to come in, you know. Because
people who are keen to play but just don't feel they're up to it.
Well, even I know that we get comments because some of our junior teams are exceptionally good now.
Yep.
And really doing well, and are quite formidable. And then people are now saying
they're getting irritating, aren't they?
People are now saying, "Well, I'm not going to pay. The juniors are going to. There's too many juniors playing." And you say, "Well, come to the coach, and then we'll show you how to beat them."
Exactly.
But you see, I can remember many years ago there, before this place was built, when you went to Lockerbie, the same thing happened. You know, people were turning around and saying that, these juniors and that hot shots. Do you know what I mean? And in fairness, can I say to you, a lot of them were, you know, but
we were.
All right, you were one of them, were you?
No. Irritating little, yeah.
You know,
still am.
I used to take over the pool table, things like that, you know.
That's the one. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's the one. No, I think it's it's interesting. We were speaking. I can't remember who we were speaking to the other night, but it was during the conversation it became apparent that there is very few weekend competitions that are just purely social. So not your Scottish curling tour, because I think that has become a little bit more. That was not anti-competitive, but it served a different purpose. But the only one I can think of off the top of my head is the Lions.
Well, that's the one I was thinking about there. I mean, the Lions has always been a very friendly competition where just gather up of people and that, come in, have some fun, and that. There's also the Cairn Trophy.
Yes,
Cairn Trophy
there is. Sorry,
good,
right, I forgot about that one.
It's along that kind of lines, and the intention was there. I mean, some of the other games that were competitions we've got are now becoming quite needly,
they are, yeah.
So.
But I'll stand to be corrected, and certainly if anybody from Lockerbie is listening and there is any competitions, please text me through the dates and we'll certainly read them out. But I know the Lions have put a save the date for the 16th, 17th of September next season.
That's right.
So I'm sure they'd welcome all entries pretty much.
Well, we're trying to. We're now looking at getting some of our virtual club players to put maybe 2 rinks into there.
Yep.
Great way of starting the season and have a bit of fun, and it's all for a good cause.
And normally, I don't know if that's the same weekend, but it's maybe a weekend early actually. But normally it's the weekend the clocks change, it always used to. Change. It used to be the weekend the clocks change, and it gives you an extra hour in bed.
Speaking about that, they'll change tonight.
They do indeed. I'm going to come on to that. But no, I'd encourage anybody to enter the Lions and certainly the Cairn Trophy. Details will be on the DIBCA website.
Certainly for the Lions, because Jim McCormick, who organises it, has just recently put something out there.
He did.
And as I say, it is a fun weekend. Any X number of players that wish to come and form rinks can do so. And if you haven't got a rink and want to play it, if you send your name in, we'll find a rink for you.
The other thing, it's run on a Schenkel normally. So, okay, you might not be the most competitive. You might find you're playing against a competitive team the first game. You won't be the second team.
That's right.
A Schenkel, you find your level. So you're not going to have 4 bad games.
And we've got high and low roads, if I remember right, as well. So.
Exactly. So it's all good that way. But the clock's changed tonight.
Which way are they going?
They spring forward.
So you lose an hour. Back. So you lose an hour in bed.
You lose an hour in bed, which is the upshot. But it's not so bad this time of year because it's sunny, and it's supposed to be sunny tomorrow morning. Right. I did notice this morning that I woke up about 5:45, something like that, and it was nice and sunny outside.
It was, right?
So I believe Sunday morning sunrise is just the back of 7 o'clock.
My solar panels were really doing well this morning.
Excellent news. We've got shed covered in them, so. No, it'll be interesting. I think we certainly need to make teams aware for tomorrow morning. How many teams will we have? We'll have 8 teams tomorrow morning. 2 sets of semi-finals.
The only thing is, if you've come from Europe,
you're going to lose an hour of your. Yeah, go on. I'll follow this through.
Europe,
right, okay.
And
so they're an hour ahead.
And if you kept your clock on your European time,
you're going to be right.
There'll be no change.
There'll be no problems.
So if you've been working
until you go home and they change in your home country next weekend.
Do they though?
They do. I'm pretty sure they did. I think we were in. I forget where we were. I'm pretty sure they do change though. Yeah, I think most countries change them. So yeah, it's. Yeah, somebody's going to have to be here at 8:30 to open it up for the people who have gone over the top and the phone's already reset itself, and then they've taken an hour off it. I think we were discussing this in the last game as well, but I think most phones now automatically change.
Phones do, yes.
So as long as you set your alarm clock on your phone, would you trust it? That's really, really unlucky.
Oh, that was a
couple of brush strokes there, and they were.
Can't believe that they got through there, and then to take your own stone out and run to the side. What a terrible bit of misfortune for the Swiss team. And
I'm just going to have another look at that because I'm curious to know.
go ahead a wee bit and
The hole here and take my own one out. And then you go at the other end and you think, oh damn it.
I mean, even if they caught that one on the left there just a wee bit, they would either went to the centre or they could have taken the right hand one there as well. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, they could have a wee nibble on that, could have taken three out there.
And then they would have been line maybe short as well.
Seriously,
how an end can turn.
Seriously bad luck though. So, going back to the crucial question though, if your phone automatically changed, do you just set your alarm on your phone and trust it?
I guess.
I'll do that tomorrow morning. So, if the webcast doesn't start till 10:30, you know why.
Just make sure that your phone are set to automatic though.
Pretty sure it is.
Right.
Sure it is. Came to the conclusion what you should actually do is set your phone for 2:30 and then just check it's the right time, then go back to sleep again, because you don't want to wake up half an hour beforehand. You want like middle of the night. I said, you know what I'm going to do, I'm going to set it for 5, because then if I'm awake, if I'm feeling up to it, I'll just watch the Grand Prix.
Right. So anyway, as the Swiss had a wee bit of misfortune there, it's quite clear that the Welsh thought that they would maybe help them out, and they've tapped their Welsh shot, the Swiss shot, up into quite a good position for them.
Third shot.
And saying that, if the blue hadn't been there, and they'd just lain against it, then the Swiss would have had an easier shot for a hit and roll in the centre there.
Yep, exactly that.
There's the second last end. The game's been going quite quickly. Quite an interesting game, even although our banter might not reflect that. But
I think it's this is a key shot. I mean, if they've gone for the hit and roll just to limit the damage if something goes wrong, but yet it's a good opportunity for the Welsh to take a 2 here. I don't think there's nothing you would play for a 3. I don't think.
I didn't think that they would have done that. I thought they would maybe have tried to put a guard in the. To draw a shot into the.
I think if you're guaranteed to make it,
right,
they probably do.
I'm with you.
But if for any reason they never made that shot, then they're looking at a 4.
Right. Okay, I'm with you.
Or a 3. Sorry, a 3. It's giving them extra shots now already. I suspect the Aitken game may be finished, which has repercussions for the Swiss team. Not updated. I'm not actually seeing many people on the ice, John. would say sheet A and B are finished, both of them. So I would say Norberg and Aitken have won them 2 games.
Is this the competition that we had a discussion about whether or not perhaps next year we'll play some games on the Thursday night or something? Or
I think it's all the competitions, whether it's better to spread them out a little bit. I have to admit, I would say this one's run pretty okay, starting on the Friday. The CCT event just pre-Christmas, that's probably the one that's up for the bigger discussion in terms of men's and the ladies event.
Perhaps it's that other one, because this one was fully subscribed, wasn't it?
Yeah, this has been really well supported. I mean, we added them up before, didn't we? Was it 4 UK teams?
That's right.
So it's 4 Scottish teams. It was 4 Scottish teams and 7.
That's right.
7 UK teams, and yeah, I think if you wanted to expand it, you would do it. You'd maybe put another section, but not done enough. But it's just a want.
But it makes it a 4-shot difference going into the last. Oh, sorry. It was the
makes a 1-2-shot difference.
Sorry,
don't do that to me.
my apologies. I could see David's eyes rolling.
Did you see the cogs going?
As if to say, huh? No, that's not the way it's going, John. So I was just testing them.
If they weren't going before, I'm going to get my own back now.
Are you?
You're going to explain the power play.
The power play is when they move off the centre.
Okay, so the Welsh are going to have last stone, so where are they going to put this? And Welsh are stealing.
Oh, this will be a guard, centre guard.
Should be. Think so. And then I'll get on my high horse and soapbox about how the Swiss deal with the guard after that.
That's why my eyes are rolling. I think I've heard this about 3 times today, maybe 4 times.
In the last game, before I even launched into it, I admitted to Claire that I'm getting irritated by this.
If anybody,
it's because I don't understand it. That's good. All the guys are doing it, and they're doing the same thing. So I don't get it. I'm obviously the one that doesn't get it, but I just don't understand why you don't play a heavier stone. If
you could perhaps, those that play it could maybe email David Owen. You'll find his email under David Owen Farm Services. He'll welcome about 100 emails, all explaining to him how he's gotten wrong.
Nothing better to open on a Monday morning.
Excellent.
Nothing at all.
I'm glad that I could help you in this endeavour, David.
I'll gladly reply if you need an Ajax form filling in.
Yeah, there will be a charge though.
For joking aside, I think here this is where if I was a Swiss, I'd be moving that guard. I'd be trying to tick one of the guards. I know you can't remove it from play.
Would you tick it into play?
It's either that or you just put one on the forefoot.
And force them into the centre.
Get them into the house. You just put one right on the forefoot, but you've got to be confident of getting it there.
In fairness, they've played quite a few. Both teams have played quite a few draw shots into the centre, so I think that they could do it there. You just have to watch that you did to set up a double, wouldn't you?
Yeah, exactly. I just think, I know they've not really made the centre guard, but it's on one of the draw lines. So can you tick that? Can you tick that to the side and roll to the left hand side of the forefoot? And actually, if you miss it entirely and fly through the house, is that a disaster? Stops them freezing. Let's see what they do. See? Nothing lost. Thank you, Switzerland. if they now go on to lose a 3 this end.
I'll watch this with interest.
There must be a lot of food coming out tonight, John. I'm just reading the programme. Banquet 6:30 till late.
Well, there'll be people going, finishing, and maybe wanting to go and clean up and that. There'll be not. Will everybody be playing in the consolation tonight at some stage?
I believe anybody that wants to play in it will be playing the Hot Shots competition.
So it's really a voluntary thing.
I have to say I'm quite looking forward to seeing exactly how that goes. I think that could be quite good fun. The Hot Shots at Perth Masters is normally a good laugh. So.
What do they do?
It's basically a form of points.
All right, okay.
That's maybe, but let's face it, it's Mr. Sloan that's organising it.
It'll be ad-libbing.
It's not going to be a draw to the 4 foot, is it?
No.
It's going to be bouncing off a barrier to hit a cardboard box or something. It's going to be something a bit random to it.
Oh. So they've got to try and get rid of both of these here. You only need 2 to win to draw.
We'll be looking to get about a quarter stone here, John. I think send the yellow over the top of the yellow just so there's no chance of jamming into the one in the house. You know, they'll be happy with just removing one as well. And jam's really the only danger here.
Nearly got the double there, didn't
Nearly did. And again, they can afford to do this because there's not any random stones in the house acting as catchers. He's taken 10 draws, but
So, somewhere out there has been watching the last 3 or some of your previous
musings.
Musings is perhaps quite a good word.
We like to be of help, don't we?
Well, it's like Formula One, you know. I mean, is it not the case that in Formula One that they're listening to what Brundle says sometimes, and Brundle will be sitting there and saying, should be changing tyres now, you know, and why are they not changing tyres, you know, and then all of a sudden somebody comes in and
exactly.
You say,
I think was it not Christian Horner that admitted to doing that?
It could be.
They have their various TV stations open, listening to people because they get a better view of
what's happening around about the track.
And the drivers might be trying to be a bit egotistical and saying they can cope or whatever. So just single peel here again, I suspect. No need to get fancy. Got to hit it though.
We've seen that before, right down that line before. It's just about exact the same line there.
We have. Be interested to see where the Welsh put this one. I think they probably have to come round the centre guard now. I don't think they've got to do much
else. They've got to get shots in the house.
They've got 2 stones to come and they need both of them. So
that's right.
It's amazing how good you can get at tactics when you apply maths to it. Nothing more embarrassing than putting up a guard and then realise you need it in the house. Picked up.
That's going to
split's okay though.
Catch.
A split's not a disaster or a tap up, keeps them in it. That might be
just lack of weight, wasn't it?
It is, but it's still just about there for the Welsh. It's still just about there because you can hit the one they've just played onto the other yellow, onto the blue, and run at least 2 stones in. So
I think the Swiss will. Well,
if I was a Swiss, I'd be drawing one in through. Put one in the 4 foot. Forget about that one. You put one in, or you hit that one. Or you hit that one on the left-hand side.
No, I mean, what they're not wanting to do is, there's a lot of shots there that you could maybe, especially that one there, you could get in if this.
Yeah, they're splittable.
If you come around the side.
I think it's either a hit on the nose of this yellow or a draw at the forefoot, but I think they're going for the hit. Yellow disappears, and I think that's probably it. I'm not sure the Welsh have a shot here, John. I'm really not. The only thing it's a very outside chance. If they bring their stone, oh, my telestrator's disappeared. But if they try and 2/3 of the yellow stone, try and drive it back onto the blue, and the shooter goes over the top and nudges the other yellow into the house.
The angles are wrong.
I don't fancy it myself very much.
Look wrong.
I can't see anything else they've got though. There's nothing else, is there? I don't mind that. I think the angles are just about there. I take it you're thinking it might just go over the top of the second yellow.
I think it would go over the short
Yeah.
top. I think that it's just too much there.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with you on that one. I think they are too steep. I think the camera flattens them a wee touch, doesn't it?
There's too many things that can just go wrong.
It's not bad effort at it. That was not bad effort at it.
It really was. It was good. It was good. It was really good. A lot better than what I thought.
Yeah, exactly.
Missed that second shot altogether. But in saying that, the angle that he got it at
it was about as much as they could have done, I think.
Quite a big angle in that.
So final score of 7-4. By our calculations, we think that puts the Swiss team through, but I would not take our word for it. If you have a look on the DIBCA website, click on results and standings, that'll take you to curlingzone.com for the up-to-date. That is also the unofficial, so if any teams are watching this back, the umpire's view is the correct and final one. We're going to call it quits for now, I think. Thank you very much, John, for joining me for this game.
Oh, it was very good. It was a good game.
And we will be back with the serious stuff begins again at 8:30. So we'll be in full-on proper curling mode by that stage.
Okay, right.